Levi here, the Outdoor Cowboy, and welcome back to the Outdoor Cowboy YouTube channel. For the next 5 days, we're going to be exploring Hawaii, seeing beautiful beaches, eating delicious food, seeing tons of wildlife, and exploring the beautiful culture. So let's jump into it and saddle up for the ride. We just made it to Hawaii. We landed at the airport about an hour ago, got our car and drove to our hotel, and we just checked in. And it's late, so we're gonna get to bed, but it was just a crazy day today. We were originally supposed to leave at about 11 o'clock and we'd get here around 1 or 2 o'clock Hawaii time, but then we boarded the plane, then they told us a part had to be replaced, so then we got off the plane, had a 6-hour delay, and then got back on the plane and left about 5:30. So we didn't get here till about 7:30 or 8, and then had about an hour drive to our hotel. So we didn't really get to do anything today, so we're just gonna go to bed, and we got super fun plans tomorrow. And since it was dark when we got here, we couldn't really see anything, so tomorrow we got some really cool things planned, and that'll be the official welcome to Hawaii. So super excited, got some awesome things planned, and it all starts tomorrow morning. So we're gonna go to bed after a long day of traveling, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning and welcome to Hawaii. It's a beautiful morning, a little bit windy, but just the perfect temperature. Beautiful trees, you can see the mountains off there in the background, just looks awesome. And we're staying at the Marriott in Oahu by the North Shore. And so far it's been awesome. They gave us like a little box of chocolates yesterday when we checked in, just kind of as a welcome, which was super nice. So we're excited to stay here. Got a really cool view of the ocean from our room, which is just awesome, so we'll have to go check that out later. But we are gonna go grab some breakfast, so let's go do that. We have our first wildlife spotting of the trip. Right outside our hotel, there's a couple of chickens and a whole bunch of baby chicks, which is super cute. Alright, so for breakfast, we wanted to go to a place called Hukilau Cafe. And hopefully I'm saying that right. If I mispronounce anything, I apologize ahead of time. And we thought we'd be able to make it there early enough to get some food and then make it to what we're gonna do now, but they didn't open early enough, so we weren't able to get some from there, but we're definitely gonna have to try it later because it looks super good, has tons of reviews, and was recommended to us. So we'll try that later. But now we are at Kalua Ranch. We have this giant mountain here in front of us, and we're gonna be doing a tour of the ranch, which I'm super excited for. We're gonna be doing one of the bus tours, and if you're not sure what Kalua Ranch is, definitely look it up. It's just gorgeous, so I'm excited for what we're gonna see. Hopefully it looks good on camera. And Kalua Ranch is famous for how pretty it is, but also it's where they filmed movies like Kong and Jurassic Park. So if you think of like the jungle scenes from those, this is where it was filmed. So I think we're gonna see some like props and stuff from the movie on our tour today, which will be cool. But it just looks like gorgeous scenery, so I'm really excited for our tour. And for those of you that don't know, I actually work for the YouTuber Jerry Rig Everything. I work for his company, Not a Wheelchair, and then I help with some of the projects in his videos. So if you watch some of his videos, I'm actually in some of them, but that's the reason that we're in Hawaii this week. Obviously, I want to come to Hawaii. This is my first time, so I'm super excited. But we're here just doing some work a couple days. We're going to be filming some upcoming projects and things. So most of the time we'll be able to film everything that we do and just do some really cool things. But that's why we're here. You might see him in the background or some of the videos. But I'm still super excited to have an awesome time doing everything here at Kalua Ranch and everywhere else. So some awesome things to look forward to. But we're here at Kalua Ranch and our tour is just about to start. So let's go head out there. During the tour, we had a super awesome tour guide who told us all about the history of Kalua Ranch. So I won't spoil everything in case you ever get the chance to visit, but I thought the history was really cool. This land was acquired in the mid 1800s by a guy who worked for the King of Hawaii, and he's able to acquire the 4,000 acres that they have now today for just a couple dollars an acre, which is crazy. But super cool. The ranch over time grew from the ocean all the way to the stunning valleys, and today it's still family owned, used for cattle, conservation, and movie production, like the Jurassic Park gate right here that we see. Even with some friendly dinosaurs added right there just to make it the whole deal. But it was super cool just to be in the place where the actual movie was filmed. It's crazy that that's the gate that held the dinosaurs into the park and that you see in the movie. So, but not far from the gate, we come across several World War II bunkers. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, this whole area was fortified to protect Oahu's east coast. Kualoa Ranch even had a small runway back then, and these bunkers that we see, some of them had anti-aircraft guns ready to defend the island. We can still see these bunch of them that are scattered across the island, which is super cool, that these all were built in response to Pearl Harbor. So none of these were actually able to be used in war, but they were set up just in case more attacks happened on Pearl Harbor. So super cool to see. They traded World War II bunkers for a dinosaur movie, which is pretty funny. But super pretty views, super cool of the ocean right there. And speaking of World War II, we got to go inside one of their actual World War II main bunkers. And it was super cool. It is a couple 100 feet under the mountain above you and you're in the back, which is super cool. And it's just got a ton of old memories in there, different pictures, different rooms like this emergency supplies room, and we'll see other rooms of where they stayed, different pictures and memorabilia, stuff like that. So it was super cool. And about 24 stayed in this bunker full time to operate the weapons and defend the island. And then we get here to the Kualoa Ranch movie wall. So pause it, see if there's any movies or TV shows that you like that were filmed here, because it's super cool to see all these props and stuff that are still here from movies in the past, and you can see your favorite movies, how they were filmed, and different things in it, all the way from Jumanji to Jurassic Park here with some friendly dinosaurs. And now we were back outside, back on the tour, and it just kept getting better. The weather was kind of windy and rainy, but the views were just still gorgeous. The valley that they have is so pretty, super lush and green, just surrounded by these huge cliffs that turn into waterfalls when it rains. So it was super cool. And since we were on the movie tour, we learned about filming movies here, and we learned that people are able to build whatever they want for their movie as long as they're willing to take it down after, unless the ranch wants to keep it up and put it on their movie tour like this. We can see here there's a big old Kong footprint from the movie, and then here's where they filmed part of Jumanji, where they built the big shed that had the helicopter in it and stuff, and they fought off people. So it's just super cool to see how they're able to turn just this gorgeous valley with all this beautiful scenery into a full-blown movie with some props. The next part was one of my favorites. They have some of these amazing native Hawaiian buildings up. So they have a couple different examples of what buildings could look like, from schools to houses to where the chief would be, but just super cool to see how they're built. Next thing, here we come to the Boneyard, which has some props from your favorite movies. So we got some leftover Jurassic Park fossils, and then some of the Kong fossils as well over there. And you can see that these are just made of styrofoam. You can see some pieces that are broken off, but just crazy the size of it and how cool it looks. It's just huge. And then up here they got Kong backbone and Kong skull from the movies as well. To wrap up the tour, we saw more of just the beautiful landscape, beautiful mountains and trees and cliffs. It was just so cool to see this beautiful land that they have. And along with having a couple 100 head of cattle, they also have these pigs right here, which are super cool. They were all sleeping just under that tree right there, but that's how we wrapped up our tour. That's cool.
The chocolate.
All right, we just finished the tour at the Kualoa Ranch. It was awesome. It was super pretty, really cool to see all the places that the movies were filmed and just the beautiful scenery that they have. Checked out their little market where they have a bunch of stuff that they grow here at their ranch, which is really cool. And then we're gonna go get some lunch now. And for lunch, we're eating at Auntie Pat's Paniolo Cafe. And we got some katsu chicken and some pork fried rice, so we'll see how they are.
I went up and they were still checking out Mitch, and I was like, this.
Well, we just finished our lunch. It was super good. The pork fried rice was delicious. Basically just fried rice with bacon and sausage in it, so that's always good. And then the katsu chicken was super good as well, so definitely a successful lunch and just an awesome time here at Kualoa Ranch. Just was super pretty. It's really cool. They have about 700 acres that they have here that they keep and take care of just to be a private nature reserve. And it's just such gorgeous terrain, just like nothing else. So definitely come check this out. They have horse tours, they have UTV tours, e-bike tours, and then the bus tour that we did, which ours like was the movie tour. So that's why we got to see where all the movies were filmed and the stuff from Kong and Jurassic World. And then we also got to see the World War II stuff, which was super cool. The bunker and stuff that we got to go through was just super awesome. And then they also told us that they have some zip line tours, which would be super fun to do. We could see them like way off in the distance, the people on the zip line. And I bet it's just a gorgeous way to see these cool mountains. So super awesome, super glad that we came here. Just an awesome tour, such cool stuff to learn about, and just immersed in the beautiful nature. Alrighty, we just finished up at Kualoa Ranch and we're just heading out. We just had an awesome time. The tour is super cool, good food, so nothing much better than that. Now we're headed to what's called the Secret Island, which is not actually an island. It's just about a mile away from Kualoa Ranch. And I'm pretty sure we park and then take a boat across this little pond to kind of a peninsula. That's just hard to access without boats. That's why it's called the Secret Island, but should be a cool beach. We're gonna be doing some filming for Zach, so I might not get to film a ton, but we'll definitely show the location because it looks like a really cool beach, and probably go swim in the ocean a little bit. So let's get headed, a quick little drive over there and see what it's like. Right up there's about a 2.5-foot barracuda that's hanging out in the water. All right, we made it here to the Secret Island. Just looks super cool. It's like what you see in the movies. It's just so pretty, really nice sand. And this is put on by Kualoa Ranch as well. So there's like some excursions we can do and stuff. I really want to do the sea turtle one because I really like turtles. But we took a boat across here and parked at the dock. And now we're just walking through this beautiful island. Got like a bunch of cool fun things to do, cornhole. They got a volleyball net, giant Connect 4, some paddle boards and stuff that you can take out, so we'll have to look around and find some fun things to do. The beach is beautiful, water is 81 degrees, so it's super warm, feels super nice. And we are headed over to go do the turtle boat tour. So they said we will hopefully see leatherback and green sea turtles. I'm super excited for that because sea turtles are actually my favorite animal. So I'm hoping we get to see some. Should be a cool tour. Just go out there and explore a little more. So let's go do it and hopefully we see some turtles. There's one right here, right here. Right underneath us. Oh, there's... Whoa! Holy cow. There's two more. Oh, see, there's one that they're moving. Oh, there's one right here, right here. Whoa, 1, 2, 3. That's a big one. There we go. Yep. Just dove deep. Right here, right here. Alright, we made it back from the turtle tour, which was super cool. Love turtles, so super awesome to see a bunch of them. Relaxed on the beach for a little bit. But now we're going to do another tour. So over on the other side, there's a tour that goes through some different movie locations. So there's some movies filmed at the ranch that we went to earlier, like Jurassic Park and stuff. But there's also some movies filmed here as well. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna make lays, which I'm super excited for. So let's go and do that.
tea leaf legs. I'm going to start with one of these for each of you guys. Now the traditional way is actually to use your foot like a toe. Your toe is kind of like the hook. Around your toe you're going to wrap your leaf in half. Okay, so wrap your leaf in half and wrap it around your toe. So basically we're going to make something like this. Okay guys? So the one on your right you've twisted nice and tight. Cross it over the one on your left. So the one now on your right, twist that same way. Twist it nice and tight over the next one. So it's got it. Now the one on your right, twist a few times clockwise, nice and tight, and then cross it over the other one. And you're just gonna continue to do that, okay guys? Yeah, that's perfect. Looks good. So yeah, it's pretty cool here. There's a whole like spectrum of leis as I've lived here. Like there's leis that are like $10 you can buy at the grocery store, or like $100 leis. They can be made of leaves, they can be made of shells, flowers, all sorts of things. Yeah, and then,
So you do this on both sides?
yeah, so you should add it on both
Cross
sides,
it and
yeah.
then...
The other group might not. It does get kind of juicy, so when you guys are done, just let me know. We do have a hose.
What brought you here other than it being Hawaii?
Yeah, really just it being Hawaii. Just
All right,
wanted
rock
an
on.
adventure, change it up. But if we had all the time in the world, you could really do this for a while and just keep adding in the leaves and then adding in flowers, all that good stuff. So you're gonna add, okay, there you go guys. So once you guys are done with those, at the end you guys can tie it.
Okay.
Just put a big knot there and then I'm gonna connect y'all so you have like a couple way.
All right, we learned how to make a lei, and then we combined them, so pretty awesome. Oh yeah. Pretty cool. So these are made out of tea leaves, which is TI leaves, not like the tea that you drink. And they're a pretty strong leaf, and you just kind of weave them together. You like spin them clockwise and then spin them together and add new leaves in, and you could do this for a super long time. We just did a couple leaves and then combined them to make like one lei basically for our family. But you could do this for a super long time and make a really cool lei, make it super advanced, tie more leaves in, anything like that. And it's just like a tradition to do this as a gift for other people because it takes a lot of time and effort to make one of these. And so if you put that time in for a relative or a family member, something like that, it just means a lot when you give it to it. So super cool that we got to learn how to make them. And just where we did it is just super cool. All these beautiful trees, cool shacks and stuff. And this tree over here fell down and they built these things to hold it up. Super pretty. So these are just like props and things and pictures from different movies. So some of Jurassic World is filmed here, Soul Surfer, 50 First Dates, a couple other movies. So pretty cool. We're all filmed around this location. And it's cool on these trees. There's some right here, look like a kind of a cactus, and then way up in that tree up there, they're dragon fruit plants, which is super cool. So these ones they can harvest, but then over here, way up in the tree, they're 50, 60 feet up in the air. There's a bunch more that they can't harvest. And way up there, that's just a whole clump of them. But they said the birds really like them, so they didn't really care because it keeps the birds around. So cool to see. But yeah, it just kind of has attacked the tree and just covered it up. And now we're heading back on the boat. They said in the pond they have some jellyfish. So cool. You can touch it if you want to. So those jellyfish aren't harmful to humans. They don't sting you or anything, which is really cool. So I was able to pick it up. And they said that the Hawaiian name for them is called a Hinalea, but he wasn't sure exactly what kind of jellyfish they were. And he said that the fish, like the barracudas in the pond, really like to eat the jellyfish, and that they can get to be about 1 foot in diameter, which is crazy. The one I had was probably 5 inches, but it'd be cool to see them bigger than that. So super cool. And on the island, there's little muskrats that have been running around, which is cool to see. Little rodents right there. They really like these thick trees. They're all over in those, and they come out and run along the sand for a little. Well, we made it back from the leis. We're back to the beach now, and it is time to pack up. So we're just getting packed up around here, and we'll get headed back.
Robin, let's have another.
Lei making, that was so cool.
Yeah.
All right, we're on our way home, which we're gonna go to dinner in a little bit. But first we wanted to stop at the Hukilau Marketplace at the Polynesian Cultural Center, which we're gonna be going to the Polynesian Cultural Center tomorrow for like the whole deal, all the things they do, all the cultural things, which I'm super excited for. So stick around for that. But we just wanted to walk around the marketplace for a few minutes, and then we're going to Seven Brothers for dinner, which is delicious. I've only ever had it in the mainland, so super excited to go to the original one, and should be delicious. That's cool. Alright, we had a fun time at the shops, and now we're gonna run home real quick, clean up, and then we'll be headed to dinner.
The new baby?
Alright, we went back to the hotel, cleaned up. As you can tell, pretty much still wearing the same clothes. I put some pants on, so I changed out of my swimsuit. And now we're gonna head to Seven Brothers, which I'm super excited for. So let's head there and get some delicious food. Well, we just finished up dinner and it was super good. I wasn't really able to film inside because there was just a ton of people and it was super packed and loud, but it was super good. And if you've never been to Seven Brothers, I would definitely recommend seeing which one's closest to you and trying it if you can. It's a burger place that was started here in Hawaii by Seven Brothers, and they make kind of Hawaiian inspired burgers. So I got the Paniolo burger, which is just a big burger with 2 onion rings on it, some barbecue sauce, and a pineapple ring as well. And it's just like huge and delicious. But I extra had to get it because Paniolo is Hawaiian for cowboy, so didn't really have an option. Just kidding, it just looked the best, that's one I got. And it did not disappoint, it was super good. Their fries are also really good. They're all real potatoes and they just kind of cut them into chunks. So they don't necessarily look like your traditional fry, but they just have a super good flavor to them. So definitely go check out Seven Brothers if you can, because it's super good. And we'll definitely try some more good places while we're here. But we just made it back to our hotel and it's pretty dark and late now, so we're just gonna go inside and get ready for bed. We got some really fun things planned tomorrow that I'm super excited for, but I think we're just gonna kind of go in and relax for the rest of the night. It is super dark out now and has been like storming on and off. I just caught a little window where it's not dumping rain, but it was really nice weather most of the day, which was really nice, so hopefully we'll have that again tomorrow. I think we're gonna try to do some snorkeling tomorrow, which I'm super excited for. Hopefully see some more turtles, and then we're gonna hit up the Polynesian Cultural Center, which I'm super excited for that as well. I've heard there's some really cool performances and things that just show the culture of the island and the history of it, so that should be super fun. So some awesome things to look forward to tomorrow, but we're gonna hit the hay for tonight and get some rest, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning. Got another beautiful day here in Hawaii. It's a little windy this morning, but we got some really fun things planned for today, and we're just about to head out early this morning. We're gonna go head to breakfast. We're gonna get some acai bowls, and then we got a couple different beaches we're gonna try to go to just to see which one is best. It's a little bit windy right now and it's pretty choppy out there in the ocean, so we're gonna try to go to a couple beaches to try to snorkel, but the waves might make it a little too murky to snorkel, so if we aren't able to find any good places, then we're gonna head to a different beach. We might try to surf for a little bit, or we might just hang out on the beach. And then I think we're gonna hit some local food trucks for lunch, which should be super good. And then later we got the Polynesian Cultural Center. So some super fun things planned. Hopefully we'll be able to get some good snorkeling in, but if not, we're still here in Hawaii, so we'll just enjoy the beach and enjoy the beautiful weather. So let's go start the adventures and get on our way. Alright, we got some acai bowls for breakfast. They were super good, and we went to Sunset Beach to eat them for a little bit. just hung out on the beach for a second, watched some surfers, and then we got stormed out a little. So we are headed to Turtle Beach to hopefully go see some turtles, and we're gonna see what snorkeling is like there. It's pretty stormy over here, so might not be perfect, but we'll give it a shot, see what it looks like, and hopefully see some turtles.
It's right near the lake. Yeah, we're going to cross the Ikeda.
Here we are at Turtle Beach, which we were able to see one turtle, which was really fun. It was a little bit of a younger green sea turtle, maybe just a couple years old, so it was kind of smaller, but super cool to see. But it's just too stormy and too big of waves for the other turtles to come in, and for us to really be able to do any snorkeling. So I wish we would have seen more, but can't control the weather. That's kind of how it goes sometimes, but it was still super nice to sit here. Saw some really cool surfers out there, and we got to see one beautiful sea turtle, so that was awesome. Alright, made it here to Sharks Cove, which is just right up the road from Turtle Beach, but we're gonna snorkel here for a little. It's just a really protected cove, so even though there's crazy winds and waves and stuff outside of the cove, it's super nice inside. So we're gonna do some snorkeling in here just because we're in the area and we can't change the weather. So let's go snorkel around. It looks really pretty underwater, and hopefully we'll be able to see some wildlife, so let's do it. Well, that was amazing. That was just so cool. Did some amazing snorkeling here at Sharks Cove. It was just beautiful. The water was super clear. There was tons of fish, and the water was just like the perfect temperature. So we just had the best time doing that. That was just awesome. So definitely come check out Sharks Cove. It's totally secluded, so it doesn't matter if there's waves and weather outside of it. There's just like some cool waterfalls that kind of pour over when it waves really heavy, but it just was super nice. The water was super still. Wasn't really much currents and tons of fish. Definitely a really good like beginner snorkeling place. So we're not super experienced with snorkeling and we want to get a lot better at it. So we came here and just had an awesome time. So definitely come check out Sharks Cove if you get a chance. And we are gonna get headed to lunch, so let's do it. Like 7:30 or 8 or something. All right, for lunch, we're coming to a place where there's just a bunch of food trucks. And so we're gonna have to look around and see what we like. We don't really know what we want yet, but it's by the Kahuku Sugar Mill. And then there's also another Seven Brothers locations here. So there's just a bunch of food trucks that all serve different kinds of food. So let's just go walk around. We'll try to find one that we think sounds good and we'll try some delicious food. And behind Seven Brothers is a place my wife really wanted to check out called Mom's Bakery. So we're gonna go in there and check it out. And the famous thing at Mom's Bakery is the banana bread. So after we get some lunch, we're gonna swing by there and grab some. We tried a sample and it was really good, so we're gonna grab some on our way out. But now we're gonna go look around the food trucks and see what we want for lunch. Yeah. All right, Jenny's over at a really famous shrimp truck, so she's gonna be getting some shrimp. They got a bunch of different kinds. It's called Giovanni's. It's like really famous, super busy over there, so we'll check in with her a little bit. And then I'm over here just getting some pork nachos, so should be delicious. Should have them here in a sec, and then we'll go over to Jenny and see her shrimp and eat some delicious food. All right, here we got some nice pork nachos. All right, we had some delicious food, and then we got some banana bread from Mom's Bakery. And it's like tied with Seven Brothers, like it's the mom of the Seven Brothers. And this is the original Seven Brothers location, so this was the first one. The one that we went to last night was the second location, and they've got a couple more in the mainland as well. But it's a really cool area with a bunch of food trucks, a bunch of different options, and a great place to have lunch. So we are gonna head back to the hotel now, gonna shower, get cleaned up, and then we're gonna head to the Polynesian Cultural Center. There's a bunch of things you can do there, so we're gonna try to see as much as we can. There's a bunch of like activities and things, and then we have dinner, and then there's a show after. So we'll go check it out. We're excited to go see all the fun things there, and we'll take you along. All right, we got all cleaned up, and now we're headed to the Polynesian Cultural Center, which is super nice. It's just right across the street from our hotel, so we're just gonna walk there. And we've got a couple hours to just explore the things. It's split up into like different islands, just the islands that are considered to be Polynesian, and then each of them kind of has their own activities and things to see with each island. So we're gonna try to go to as many as we can, and then there's a big buffet for dinner, which we're excited for. And then after that, we're gonna go to a performance called The Breath of Life, which is kind of like the big main thing here. So we'll video as much as we can and show you guys what we're seeing, but it should be a lot of fun. The canoe. Go check it.
This area is called the Farikutu.
This is one of their Hawaiian canoes that they said they take out about every 6 months. Super cool just how big it is. And you can see the incredible workmanship of the wood that they did all this. And you can see the tracks that they take it out on when they use it. Good. He said that they took it out about 3 months ago, and their trips are about a month and a half that they'll go around and visit all the islands of Hawaii and just take it out and then bring it back. So that's super cool that they still use it. And it takes them around Hawaii. We're gonna go do a canoe tour of the whole place. And for the rest, you can sit wherever you like.
Okay, see you in 2 weeks. Alright, welcome. At short, you guys can call me Captain Kanan. Alright? Start the ocean and travel so deep rather than effortless. Bali and pulled up the island of the brother looking the island. Use it to navigate at the water. And follow me so we stand up at marketplace.
Just so you could like to join us.
Remember how I mentioned the confederacies?
Alright, we visited all the islands and saw some really cool things. They have a lot of really cool things from all the different places, and I thought it was really cool to see like some of the tools and stuff from each of the islands, and then also like the canoes and boats. I thought that was really cool. Which Polynesia actually means many islands. Nesia means islands and Poly means many. So pretty cool that that's what it means, because there really are a ton of islands, and it's cool to see their similarities but also their differences. But now we are headed off to go to the buffet to get some dinner. Delicious buffet with anything you could want. A roll, some pork, some chicken, some steak.
You got a purple roll. Look, I
would cut it and then it's actually really good.
It's like sweet.
Yeah, that's super sweet.
A lot like lychee. It's got the texture.
Alright, we're all done with the buffet and now we're heading to the show. Well, I'm not allowed to record the show at all, so we'll check in once the show's over. But we just made it back to our hotel after watching the Breath of Life show, and it was incredible. If you were ever in the area, I would 100% recommend the entire Polynesian Cultural Center experience. It was super cool going around. They just have an amazing show, amazing like exhibits, and just things set up for you to view and look at and learn from. It's just super cool to see like the similarities but differences in all the cultures, and just like what makes their culture so beautiful. And then dinner was super good. There was tons of options for whatever taste you have. It was fun to try new things, and there was just a ton of food, which was even better. And then the show was incredible. Obviously I wasn't able to film any of it, but it just was amazing. There were super good performers. There was a ton of fire, and there were some really cool like fire dancers. That was just super cool. A ton of talent, and it was just awesome to watch. So would 100% recommend going to the Polynesian Cultural Center, and especially seeing the Breath of Life show if you can. But it is late now, so we're gonna hit the hay. Super fun day, a lot of fun things we did. Snorkeling was awesome. Got to see some really cool animals. We got to see rainbows, really pretty waves. Just was an awesome day here, just soaking in Hawaii for what it is. And we got more fun things planned in the days to come. And this is going to be the end of the first video, the first half of this trip. I wanted to split it up so we didn't have a huge video, make it easier on me for editing, and just kind of break it up into 2 weeks, just to break up all the fun things that we did while we're here. So stay tuned for part 2 of this video with the rest of the trip. We got some super fun things planned, more hikes, more beaches, more nature, just more awesome things here in Hawaii. So be ready for that video posted next Saturday morning. But I hope you enjoyed this video, seeing all the fun things that we did and coming along for the adventures. We've done some incredible things and have loved it here in Hawaii so far. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks so much for the support, and we'll see you in the morning, which will be the start of the next video.
Got the purple Uve thing going on.
So I will ask.
There's our first 3 set of toads. How would you like to sleep just right above a torpedo? Like this video, make sure to check out the Outdoor Cowboy YouTube channel. We've got new videos every week, survival adventures, camping projects, tool restorations, and a whole bunch more. Hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
I better be in a video.